All right, it's Matt, Blanco's Garage. So today we're gonna try something that I ain't done a lot of. I've made some floor pans and all, but for race cars, but this is new. So, floor pan on the passenger side on this old wagon. This may take a couple videos to do, and it may be done over a couple days, weeks, I don't really know, because if something else comes in here that's more important for me, I have to push this guy out and start it, and that's why I'm doing the passenger side first. So I'll do the passenger side first, make sure I'm happy, and then we'll go to the driver's side. So here's where we go. We're gonna rip the seat out. Let's take a walk over here and show you what she looks like to start with, and we'll go from there. So you open her up, and here's where we're starting. There's no bolt in the back corner here. There's a flathead screw on that side, and there's two, looks like 1/2-inch bolts in the front, 1/2-inch headed bolts in the front, which would be, I believe, factory. And then we're going to come back here and pull the back lower seat out. Hopefully this thing just comes out and we can leave the top seat in. That's my goal anyway. So we'll see what happens. Here we go. All right, so far I'm pretty sure I'm pretty nasty. So far we've got the seat out. It's sitting on the roof of the car right there. Don't ridicule me for that. And I don't know how good we'll be able to see this, but see, the front pan's actually not too awful. There's a bunch of added in wires and stuff that people's laid in here. Up in here, don't look, I don't see that. I don't know. So there's a foam mat, and then we got 1 layer of carpet, 2 layers of carpet. There's 3 layers of carpet. Now I wonder why the floor pans are rusted out. All right, well, I've started ripping carpet out, and when I ripped carpet out, I found this giant piece of sheet metal. Isn't that nice? Giant sheet metal. But the front pan actually looks really good. I think we can wire wheel it down and it'll be just fine. We'll pull this plug out and see how much rust comes up with it. Now, in the back here, we got a couple holes. We already knew we did. There's one right here. Let me go grab a light. Yeah, I know, the light. All right, so in the back, we got a couple holes which we're gonna have to work on. Most of it's pretty good. The frame rail appears to be pretty solid. Through here, the little floor support right here. This floor right here is pretty rotten up to about right, somewhere about right here. So, oops. So it's pretty rotten to about right here. So we need a patch right there that goes from, I don't know, right here somewhere. Oh, this is pretty soft metal, so it's gonna have to come from right here to about right here. Somewhere about right here is where it turns solid again, and then all the way up to about right here. So it's a, I don't know, 12 by 8 square. I'll pull this cover off so I can see behind it, but let's find out what's under here, because I ain't pulled this thing off yet. So let's put it all together. Well, there's nothing on this side. That's the way it's supposed to look. So let's go on and roll the other side. I expect there to be a shifter hole in here. Yeah, there's a giant shifter hole cut in the floor. That's awesome. We can see the whole top of the transmission here. So the metal's actually in decent shape, though, it looks like, in here. I've cut it out. So I think we can remold this. So the passenger side floor is in good shape. There's nothing really I see wrong with it that I don't like on the passenger side. Now the rear floor is a different story. So, and have anybody ever seen a tail shaft that short? That is a short Turbo 350 right there. Unless it's the 400, I guess I need to crawl under and look, because I haven't even looked. But yeah, that's real short. So we're going to make a patch. Actually, when I order the full floor pan, it'll come up to about right here. It'll come up to about right here, the half pan. So when that piece gets here, we can cut it out up to here, because this pan over here is junk. Actually, the floor is not that bad, but the center section right here is rotten for some reason. I mean, it rotted slap out over there. You can see right there in the floor. So I know that side's rotten, but that's what we know so far. So let's keep working on it and tear it apart some more, I guess, and see what else we can find. All right, well, so here we go. We got the passenger pan out, or not the passenger pan, the carpet and all's gone. I think it was gone last night. It looks pretty good on the passenger side. There's a little bit of scaly rust. We're going to see how bad that is. Move to the center of this pan. Let me stand up where I can actually see something. All the carpet's gone out of the car, as you can tell. Oh yeah, this guy. A little sheet of metal. Let's just take him and throw him out of the way. Steering wheel, because it's just sitting there. We'll just set him up here. Because, yeah. Okay, there we go. So, there's the rear pan. This rear pan needs to be patched from about up to about right here. So I'm going to replace from here back on this one. I have a pan. I was going to start doing it, but I've decided I ain't going to do it yet. And all this is up here is really good. You can actually see how good the metal is. The tunnel, there's nothing wrong with the tunnel. Well, most of the tunnel. And as you can see, I'm standing on this section. Now on the driver's side, I started working on it. So from here over is good metal, and up into about right here somewhere, all down right here beside this little yeah, I dropped the steering wheel again. Let's just put it on the car where it belongs. There we go. Right, so all the way, all this right here is solid metal, but the problem is they've cut the tunnel right here where it had a 4-speed shifter at one time. It would have stopped up here somewhere. They went and cut all the way down. Don't know why they did that. All up in here is okay, but once right in here is soft. All this is soft. Holes in the floor, rotten, solid, rotten, and then this whole back pan section's rotten in here. So, I mean, I can punch this thing through it just gently tapping on it. So, we're waiting on the floor pan to come in. So I guess I'm not going to do any kind of work on it until after that. So this I'm going to just call the prep. The only thing I'm potentially going to do is sand this passenger side front pan right here and coat it in some rust converter primer, and then prime it real good and then spray it black. I may or may not bring you in for that video, don't know yet, but that covers it for this video. We're going to get started on the next one. I got something interesting that, well, I think it's interesting. I'm excited about it, so hope y'all enjoy it. All right, well, I decided to bring you back for one more little peek. So here's what we've done. Oh, blinded myself. You can see from here. Well, let's walk around the other side. So what I've done is I've made a sheet metal patch, just so when I step in and out of the car, I don't fall through the floor until I cut it out. So let's lean on in here and take a look. See, nothing real special, just a piece of sheet metal that I had laying, well, I say I had laying around, came off that tunnel right there, and just tack screwed it to the floor. So pulled the wires out, tack screwed it, called it good enough. Now if you step in the backside, you're gonna fall through, maybe, probably, I don't know. But there it is. So that'll be good enough for the time being. I'm waiting on a passenger side, driver's side floor to come in. As you already know, I've got a passenger side floor. We're gonna cut him in half and fix the back because I don't think there's anything wrong with the front. I'll find out more as I start grinding on it though. So bring you back in the near future. Until then, we're gonna start you a new video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Damn. And for those who are wondering, it's still good. I don't know how, but it works. Now, y'all have a good day.